Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM. Out here at the beautiful EJ Wynn Oval here in Footscray, because out here for the VFL Women's. But talking about football women's in particular in the State League comp, we're heading over to our friends over in South Australia. Of course, being with the SANFL Women's team in particular, of course, that is Glenelg. And of course, they have a big game against Sturt tomorrow afternoon. And of course, we've got two very special guests joining us right now to tell us how the preparation's going to be like for tomorrow's game. Thanks both for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
No worries. Well, obviously, I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about the preparations for this week's game against Sturt.
Do you want me to go first, Ross?
Yeah.
So my name's Jess Bates. So been playing for Glenelg for 5 seasons, I think now. And yeah, going in tomorrow, I think we just want to kind of redeem ourselves a little bit, coming off a few losses during the season. But I think a lot of our close games have been like between like 1 or 2 goals. So I think, I don't know, we feel like we have something to prove, and I think we want to finish the season well. And yeah, I think we're ready to go.
I'm Kiani Russell, so I've been at Glenelg for my 2nd season. And yeah, for tomorrow, I think, obviously go in strong, like Batesy said, hopefully get a win. And yeah, just got nothing to lose, so going hard.
I know it's been a pretty tough season so far for the Tigers, but I guess how important is the next month or so as the season comes to a close?
Yeah, I think we had this year our whole half of our team is either new or under 18 and haven't really had many league experience games. So I think it's just learning to stay motivated throughout these last 4 weeks, and trusting the process and the game structure that the coaches have for us is really important, especially looking into getting experience into the young girls going into next season.
Yeah, like Batesy said, it's been like a tough season, but we have a lot of juniors and unexperienced girls, so it's been good to give a lot of young ones a bit of a chance to gain that experience, and hopefully we can lead into a good last few games for Glenelg.
Now, you mentioned about the young players that you have in the team. Obviously, your development team won the premiership about a month ago now. How many of those players have been blooded into the league team?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, we've had a few.
My memory? Yeah, there's been a few. I think a lot of the girls in that dev team were pretty experienced players from the last couple of years playing league as well. So we were quite lucky to have that depth, with players like Renee Werfel and Alana Baker that have been at the base for the last few years. And it was just, good to see them get reward for effort. I think we need to take a page out of their book, though, because we need a few more wins for the league side.
Yeah, we've had a lot of depth through both teams, and I think having the development win the flag shows how much depth we actually have at the club, and hopefully some of those players eventually will come up into league, and hopefully we can win a flag up there as well.
Batesy, obviously you've announced your retirement a couple of weeks ago, which I was very sad to hear. What made you come to that conclusion?
I think with my footy, I think I've given all I can over these last 6-7 years, trying to make it to that next level, and it unfortunately didn't happen for me. But I think I'm just mentally prepared to move to that next chapter in my life, and what that means for me and my family, I'm not quite sure yet, but definitely still want to stay involved in the game, and whether that means coaching or mentoring the young ones coming through. So yeah, just ready on my side.
And Ross, I need to ask you this then. How sad was to hear that?
Devastating. When Batesy was reading it, I had a few tears in the back of the room, and yeah, it's been hard because Batesy's been such a good influence for me and a great mentor. So yeah, it's really, really sad, but she's done a lot for the game, which has been incredible. So I'm excited for her next chapter.
Tell us a bit about, I guess, some of the players in your team we should watch out for. Now, obviously, I'm coming out to your last game, the last game of the home and away season in a couple of weeks' time. Tell us a couple of players that we should watch out for when we come out to watch the Tigers in action.
Ooh, I reckon we've got a couple really good young players. One in particular, Katie Whitaker. She's a superstar. She's really good, and like Georgie Fielder, she's so young, but she's got so much talent. And it'd be really exciting to see how far she can go.
Yeah, like Russ said, there's just so many young ones coming through. I think we had probably one of the youngest sides or league sides in the comp this year. So Lucy Weatherall's one that I think will be a really good league player in the next coming years, and also Charlotte O'Sullivan just coming up from the state program. She's a leader already, and she's only like 15 years old. So definitely a few to watch.
Both of you, where did the love of football start, and what does it mean now?
I probably started really young. My older brother played footy down at North Haven, and my parents were both really, really eager to let us kids play every sport we could. So yeah, we were always at the park kicking the footy, and probably just followed in my older brother's footsteps.
Yeah, mine's pretty similar to Batesy as well. I was pretty lucky. Got to start footy really young, so I was about 4 when I started. So my parents were really encouraging with that and never forced like netball or anything on me. They just said, if you want to play footy, you can play footy with the boys. So that's pretty much, where it started.
Now, obviously, both of you, I'm assuming one of the highlights would have been winning the premiership for Glenelg about 2021. I think my memory serves me correct.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that premiership and what that mean to both of you.
Yeah, well, it's a few years back now. It's kind of hard to remember. I think it was just we had a bit of a tough few games at the start of the season, and I think we got to round 4 or 5, and I think we had a few wins, few losses, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was the COVID year where we kind of was stop and starting, so it was a little bit hard to find our feet and stay consistent. But we had Goldie and Noffy and that come in that season, so we were pretty lucky there. But yeah, just the memories you make with your teammates, it's something we still look back on to this day, and definitely a highlight.
Yeah, I wasn't at the club when they won the flag, but I've been a huge fan since the comp started, so always been a little Bays supporter. So I actually went and watched the game, so it was a great game and was really happy when they won it.
You been an amazing player for Glenelg over the last couple of seasons. What makes Glenelg so unique to every other club in the SANFL?
From my point of view, I think being there for the last 6 years minus the one, I've always felt supported from the board up. There's lots of people involved in footy, and the people around the club are always there to support the women's program, and you always feel welcome and feel like they've got your back. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel pretty similar. Like, there's always so much support around the club, and it's like a big family. So no matter where you are in the club, you always have someone say hello or just have a chat with you, no matter if that's men or women's team or even just some staff or even supporters. It's a great place to be.
And any future ambitions in football? Obviously, basically, we know that obviously you're retired. But what's next for you think, in football? And for us, do you have any more ambitions for yourself?
Yeah, obviously, I'd love to play footy for a lot longer. Hopefully get a lot of consistent league games, and then hopefully see where that happens. Always like got my arms open for any opportunities that come up. But yeah, just to play footy at Glenelg at a club that I really love is just incredible, and it's a great place to be. So I'm happy where I am.
Yeah, like I said, just probably off-field stuff now, looking into some coaching or mentoring. Watching people like Russ that came from South Adelaide, couldn't quite crack into the league side, and then put her head down in the off-season. And it's probably one of the hardest workers I've seen come from one season to another. So it's just exciting to see young girls coming up like that.
What have both of you learnt from each other on and off the field?
I've learnt a lot from Batesy. She is a great mentor on and off the field. but just to work hard and like just play your natural game sort of thing. Don't overthink anything. Just play, because she's really good at doing that. So I try to take that on board a little bit, and then as well, just off the field, just leadership. Like, you don't always have to be the loudest person to be a leader. So I've taken a lot of good tips from her on how to be a leader off the field as well as on the field.
Yeah, I'm the same. What I just touched on with Russ, she's been really resilient over her career, and it's made me really realise how grateful I am to have had the career I did have. But the way she's put her head down and gotten to work over these last couple of seasons, just really eye-opening to me.
Do you both like consider yourselves as like a bit of sisterhood between both of you?
Yeah, we're pretty tight. We're locker buddies, so.
Yeah, we're locker buddies.
Now, what would be your advice to people that should, support the Tigers for the next month as the season draws to a close, and hopefully you still mathematically still got a chance to sneak into the finals?
Oh, I think we're already mathematically out, but we'll play like we're going to make finals.
Exactly.
I reckon just hang in there. You know, we've got a lot of young girls coming through, so you just got to trust the process and expect us to come back bigger and better next year.
Yeah, exactly like what Batesy said. Like, obviously, we probably won't we can't make finals this year, but just trust the process, and hopefully we just keep getting better and better each game to lead into next season.
And we'll finish with a couple light-hearted questions, which is, who's the comedian, the best singer, and the best dancer on the team?
Oh, comedian for me, I reckon, would be Bling Bling, which is Katie Whitaker. She's hilarious.
She'd almost be the best dancer too. I don't
know. I'd give her the
working.
best dancer as well. Best singer, I'd give Batesy.
Singer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
I've got to ask this as a follow-up. So with Bling Bling, how did she manage to get that nickname, and who has the best nickname in the team?
I actually think she's probably got the best nickname in the team. She rocks up like every training, every game, chains on, earrings on, bracelets on, right before the game. She's got her Guernsey on, and then she'll take all her jewellery off. And then while we're sitting down at the end of the game, you just see her putting her jewellery back in, and she hasn't even changed yet. So, yeah, she's a good one. She's a character.
Do either you have a pre-game superstition, ritual, or routine?
Yeah, I'd have to have my wheat bix before a game. If I don't,
nice.
Doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar. Wheat bix before a game, but then when I'm putting my boots on, I got to make sure I put my right sock on first, and then right boot, and then do a double knot, and then left boot, left sock, left boot, and then a single knot, which is a bit weird, but I've just done it.
I was just saying, stick with what you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll finish with these last two, which is, does the team have a fine system this year?
No, we don't actually.
No, we don't.
Maybe we should. We'll get one going next year, I reckon.
Yeah, footy trip would be pretty good with the amount of people that would get fines, I reckon, if we did that.
There definitely needed to be a few handed out this year, that's for sure.
Oh, there'd be some up for a good amount of money.
Yeah. And then the final question I'm going to ask, describe the team in a couple of words.
I think, like you said before, sisterhood. You know, we've always got each other's back. I think we're resilient. Like, we haven't given up yet, although it's been a tough year. So that'd be my 2 words that jump out, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon just family and resilient, like Batesy said. It's been a rough year, but there's been a lot of girls that have just kept their head down and worked hard, so it's been great. And we all come together at the end of the day, and it's like a family. There's no bad blood between anyone, so it's really good.
Well, both of you, thank you so much for getting up some time to join us. Please send our best wishes to the team for us against tomorrow, and hopefully you can get the job done and put some damage in in regards to contents of the final series, and hopefully I can't wait to see you when I come over to Adelaide in the last round of the season.
Sweet.
Thank you very much.
No worries, and that's of course based in Russ. There joins us from the Glenelg Football Club and the SANFL Women's. Of course, if you want to get down and support the Tigers throughout the rest of the season, we'll put the details up on the next month schedule very soon. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away. Here on the 10th celebration.